and welcome back to WrestleCrack. I'm Nicky McElhaney, aka Mitch Betts. Today I'm going to talk about possible signings for the WWE, who I think they should bring in, who I think they should Nick from Ring of Honor, Nick from TNA, all that sort of stuff. Don't forget to like the video and comment below who you think they need, who you think would benefit from coming over there. Enjoy the video. Today I'm going to start with TNA, because I watch TNA a lot more than I watch Ring of Honor, simply because it's easier to watch. I'm in the UK obviously, and Ring of Honor's hard to get by. You've got to subscribe online and all this sort of shit, but Ring of Honor, TNA is just on the telly, it's on Challenge, so I do watch that every week. A lot of the time I do fast forward through it, because some of the people I'm not interested in, i.e. Bobby Lashley, gets a lot of mic time and I'm just kind of be chilled with him. But for the most part, I think I have got lots of people who could benefit coming into WWE. I'll start first with the Hardys. Obviously the broken mat thing, massive at the minute. I think him coming in, whether or not he'd do the broken mat thing, I don't know. I think if they did bring him in, I think they would just go back to what they used to do and having him as Matt Hardy, part of the Hardy Boys, or as he was when he was feuding with MVP for the US title and all that sort of stuff. I don't think he would get to be a broken mat, which I think is a shame. So as much as I would like to see the Hardys back, probably more Jeff than Matt, because of the opportunities he would get in WWE, I think they are probably better suited, especially Matt over in TNA, where he can have his creative freedom and do the broken mat shit, because I think it's really good. But I would like to see Jeff Hardy back, whether he's with Matt to do another run at it with the tag teams against a New Day or however, or just a singles. I think so you get dream matches out of Jeff Hardy versus AJ Styles and all the fought in TNA, but having them on the WWE stage, it would feel fresh and new, and having Jeff Hardy, John Cena, and Jeff Hardy, whoever, and Nakamura, whoever's coming up, all that sort of stuff. I think you've got loads of dream matches in Jeff Hardy, so bringing him in for one last run, I think it just makes no sense not to try and do it if you're Vince McMahon. Whether or not he'd go, I don't know. Also on the TNA side, you've got EC3. I think obviously he was Derek Bateman in WWE. I think I've talked about him before on these podcasts. When he was Derek Bateman, he's working with Daniel Bryan, he was mint. I think bringing him back in with the EC3 character, I think would be really good. I think I much prefer him as a heel than a face. He's a face at the minute on TNA Wrestling. I think it's a bit cheesy. He's not as good when he's a heel. He's just the best he can be, and I think bringing him in would be really good. I think, speaking of great heels, EC3, Eli Drake on TNA at the minute. He's, for me, every week he's the person I look forward to seeing the most. He was in WWE Developmental at one point, and I can't remember who it was, but it might have been X-Pac or Billy Gunn or somebody who was on a podcast, and they said, who's the next person at NXT to keep an eye on, and somebody mentioned him, and I thought I'd never even seen him on NXT TV, so I googled him and I seen who he was. I watched a couple of his promos on YouTube, and then obviously turned up in TNA not long after, and he's just gold on the mic. He's got his catchphrases in place, he's good in the ring, he looks great, he's just everything you want, and I think for WWE he would be a perfect heel for them at the minute. He could shoot straight at the top with his mic skills, so I think he would be a really good asset. I think tag team wise, I've just talked about my video I've done before. They've got Decay, who I really like their gimmick at the minute. I think they're really good. They've got the Bromans, who are doing the Zack Ryder gimmick, but I think especially Robbie E does it a lot better than him. They've got the American Wolves, solid tag team. Personality wise, I'm not that keen on them, but I think they've got the ring wise. You wouldn't really, you could put a manager with them, you could do anything as long as it's really solid in the ring. You could just build the character around that. I don't know. I'm not keen on Drew Galloway, and I think people who come over from WWE with a name come over to TNA from WWE with a name, it sort of puts us off them, because I think they're getting everything handed to them because they have been in WWE. Bobby Lashley was never a big star in WWE, come to TNA, they put the world title on him. Same with Drew McIntyre, come to TNA, they made him the world champion. I think it's not for me. I think I like homegrown talents. I loved AJ when he was there, I loved Bobby Roode when he was there, Samoa Joe, Austin Aries. I know Austin Aries has been other places, but to be a world title contender, I like the way he was built up there. It wasn't them bringing in Jeff Hardy or Rob Van Dam or whoever from WWE and putting the title on them. It just feels more natural, and it's just easier to get behind people like that. Original wise, I think TNA, they've only got James Storm left. Pretty much James Storm is the only original they've got back who I would bring in. They have brought in Rockstar Spud from the UK scene. He's really good in there. I think he could do something on WWE TV, could fill that Santino role, or go back to the role he had when he first came to TNA, because at the minute he's trying to play some type of crackhead whatever. He's all doing this, and it's a weird gimmick to have. I think before, when he had his little bow ties and he was a little ponce, I think that was a perfect gimmick for him. He could come in and do a really good job. Mike Bennett's doing fantastic with Maria. I like seeing them on TNA every week, and obviously he's got Moose in his corner now. I think they would be a good addition. All these people like this, you have so many dream matches if you bring them into WWE. I think having a TNA invasion, it's never going to happen because Vince doesn't even acknowledge TNA exists, let alone have them invade. But I think if he did do that, he'd probably hire AJ Styles and hire everyone back over there to build up TNA a bit. But I would just like to see that's not going to happen. I'll move on to Ring of Honor. I think Dalton Castle is my number 1 draft pick from there. I just think he's absolutely class for a character. Whether or not you can do that in WWE in the PG era, I don't know, but I think he's just absolutely awesome at what he's doing. So I think he would be my number 1 draft pick over there. Obviously, you've got the Briscoes, you've got the Bullet Club, and people associated with that, Kenny Omega and Young Bucks and all that sort of stuff. That's all really good. Jay Lethal, I haven't seen much of him. Obviously, I've seen him in TNA. I've heard that he's a completely different person now than he was in TNA, because I wasn't keen on him in TNA. I like what he's doing. He was doing Ric Flair impersonations and Macho Man. That when he was himself, I just didn't really think he was a massive star. So for him to come over, I don't know, Ring of Honor wise, I can't think of anyone else who jumps out with us. Obviously, we did have Michael Elgin. I think he's over in Japan now, but I think him coming over, I think he could be like the new Rhino type of thing, and that in that role where he is top upper mid card, putting people over and that. I think he would be good at that. That's pretty much it for individual talents, I think. Obviously, you can raid New Japan and raid places like that and bring in people who are not a big fan of Japan, so I don't really watch much of it, but I'm sure there's people over there that are really good and could do with coming in. I don't think you should oversaturate with too many Japanese guys or they'll get lost in the shuffle. You've got Ibushi, you've got Kenta, you've got Nakamura, you've got Asuka. I know obviously Asuka's a woman, but you don't want too many Japanese people in there. Which are underground. You've got who you bring in from there. Prince Puma obviously jumps out with his. Pentagon Jr. is really good, but I don't think he would fit WWE. John Morrison, maybe Mysterio will come back in for some. I don't know. I like Lucha Underground the way it is. I wouldn't take people out there because I like watching Lucha Underground and the characters I've got in there. Apart from Prince Puma, who Ricochet, who I really like to see in the Cruiserweight division or something, in the Continental division or something, I'd really like to see him in, but I think everyone else in Lucha Underground should stay there because I like watching Lucha and I think they're all well suited there. That's pretty much it. If there's anyone else you can think of who I've completely missed or whatever, just comment below and I'll have a look through the comments and I'll make a video about the comments if there's enough comments. That's pretty much it. I'll see you down the road. Peace!